one.
Hi, this is Karen Fraser Middleton, marketing for the CCC Maker Initiative, and with me today is Ronnie Roper. He's the UX designer for iTool. We're going to be discussing the Manage Your Space tab and the dashboard so that you can manage the information that appears about your makerspace on the CCC Maker website. So we're going to be talking about how to add the link to your Kumu map, as well as how to add text in the About section for your makerspace. I'll turn it over to you, Ronnie.
All right, so I'm going to switch over to my screen. So what you should see is I have spaces selected on the left, and just a quick recap. You will only see this after you log into your Makerspace admin and then click on the left on the spaces. And to go in to edit our profile, we're either going to click the title of your space or hover over and click edit. And what you'll see is we have the tabs in here. We have another video that we just covered for profile graphics, but we're going to click on the About tab for this video. And there's a few items that are listed here. If you read these labels, then it should give you a pretty good indication of what this content is actually tied to. But I want to show the front end of what this information, where this information sits when you visit a profile on the front end. So right now we have a graphic for the ecosystem map, and underneath that we have the link for Kumu. Both of these work together, and this is where it shows on the front end. So when you go and visit the profile, then right underneath the About the Space About This Space title, we have a View Our Ecosystem Map. And you can see when I hover over it with my mouse, well, hopefully you can see that, is that it changes to a little hand for, because it's a link. So it's going to open up the Kumu map. And there's a graphic that's behind that. And if you wanted to, you could change the graphic. We ended up loading the same graphic for each one, just for consistency's reason. But if you wanted to, you could upload a different graphic in here. And the way to do that is to hover over, hit the delete icon. Now it goes away. And so now in its place, you have an Add Image button. And when you click Add Image, the library is going to open up. And just a quick refresher from the previous video, this drop-down, you want to select Uploaded to this space. Because if you don't, then you're going to get a lot of stuff that is, it's everybody else's content that you're looking at. So specifically, you would want to upload something here and then select the drop down, and then you could select an item. Say I wanted to feature this photo in the back of, again, we're just specifically talking about this graphic right here, View Our Ecosystem Map. So I could select that and it would show up kind of ghosted with the ghosted blue on top of it. Or I could upload a new image if I wanted to. I'm going to find the previous image that I used, which is here. Select it, and now I would want to hit the update button to make that update. So your Kumu map, you see what happened right here also when this updated. You have to click back on that About tab to get back to this information. The Kumu link, that's pretty simple. You guys will not see a URL when you first go to this tab. It's going to be blank like this, but you want to copy your Kumu link, paste it in, and then hit the update button. One thing I want to make clear though is you don't have to hit the update button every single time you make a small change. For example, if I pasted the Kumu link in here and I wanted to change some of this text that was written right here, I don't have to paste this in, hit update, and then change this and hit update. I can paste it in, I can then go ahead and make the rest of my changes that are listed in this text, And then when I'm all done making my changes, I can hit the update button. So you don't have to make, you don't have to hit the update button with every single small little change. About your space text, there's two little things that I want to mention about this. So this blurb, it's like a little summary. This little summary shows up underneath this area here. So space of the day, you would see if Foothill College had text in here for about their space, you would see information about 6 or so lines of information listed here. And then you could click the read more to go to their profile. And then it would land you on the profile page where you can then read all the rest of their about text that they have loaded up. And all the rest of this text here is listed right above the summary. So you see problem statement, engaging community college students and faculty maker spaces. That same information is listed right here, problem statement, engaging community college students and faculty maker spaces. So that's where this information is pulling from, is right underneath the About tab, right underneath About Your Space in here. And you have a small little editor if you want to select things and make them say like an H3 or an H2 or an H1 or an H4. You can bold items, you can make them italicized, you can add some bullet points in there. You can even create links. And there's a few different little features with this editor. I don't think we need to go into too much detail with the editor itself. We can post a couple instructional videos on the actual editor, but as far as this video, it was really just to cover the about information and how to modify that.
So Ronnie, what I wanted to add was you're able to put anything you want in this section that's about your space. It might save you time to just take a look at your narrative and copy and paste some of the key sections from your narrative so that you have some basic information to get started and get your makerspace presence on the CCC Maker website. So what I did here in this sample that we created is I just pulled the problem statement, and then maybe you can just scroll down, Ronnie, so they can just see. So we pulled the problem statement and then the strategy, followed by the plan for internships, and then the explanation about the 3 maker spaces, what we're doing about curriculum. And I actually chose a sentence in each of those paragraphs from the narrative to make bold and kind of highlight that. So it would just bring a little more attention. If somebody's just kind of glancing through, they'd be able to identify sort of the key statement. And then a piece about the community. So this can be as long or as short as you want to explain, you know, what your space is all about and what your plans are for your space.
So the next video will go into the contributors tab. And if you haven't seen the profile graphics tab on how to set your featured image, college logo, makerspace logo, and space of the day image, then you can go back and watch that one as well.
Okay, great. Thanks, Ronnie.
All right.